Good day to you, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to be with you, albeit in bits and pixels, to share with you a personal and institutional account of our experience at the Faculté des Lettres et des Sciences Humaines de Sfax with online learning. My talk is titled Content Management Systems and Beyond. This is a quick survey of the various facets and experiments with e-learning that my college has had for the past 3 years. I'm Dr. Ali Hashmi Raddawi, Vice Dean for Academic Affairs and Associate Professor of Applied Linguistics. In the interest of charting a roadmap for this short presentation, I should like to start with a few reminiscences about NiceNet, an open source ICA, short for Internet Classroom Assistant. I then move on to how we grappled with Moodle during the fall of this academic year, 2007. Finally, I wish to accompany you through a brief preview of the latest experiment we have engaged in, which is Wikispace on wetpaint.com. And in the beginning, there was nicenet.org. I'd been using NiceNet for about 2.5 years when APREF invited me for an evaluation of the Faculty of Letters experience, just about this time last year. When I first used NiceNet, I was awestruck. It had been my dream to make my courses available online, and NiceNet did just that. What are the advantages of NiceNet? I used NiceNet for 4 courses, both at the 4th years and at the MA level, with great advantage. Here they are, almost in an inventory-like form. NiceNet is web-hosted, so you don't need to install a server someplace and maintain it 24/7. There are no specific system requirements to speak of. Any machine will do the work. Upload the resource time, or the time for uploading resources is next to nothing. NiceNet is a free open source platform, so institutions and individuals with limited resources can benefit by it without having to send a formal request or a letter of thanks. Most of all, NiceNet is student-friendly, teacher-friendly, and administrator-friendly. Starting an online course is always just a few clicks away, and nobody needs to be a techie or a wizard to put together a course, the quality of which the teacher or the trainer takes full responsibility for. NiceNet is a sort of content management system. What features does this environment offer? Well, you can post Word documents, links, send and receive emails, manage access. Students can post their own work under conference. What about the limits of this Internet Classroom Assistant? Well, there's quite many. First, there is no way to post images or graphic content. The system is not set up to host sound or video files, or even PDF. There is no forum per se, and the word editor program is the only thing that there is. Well, there's no forum per se. Overall, it is fair to say that despite its advantages, there is but little interactivity. We are not exactly in the days of the read-only web, since there is a measure of read and write in the form of documents students can post, and the ability for them to comment on whatever they please. Well, then UJ Online Training Seminar for UVT-affiliated instructors and administrators came along, and then the KOICA International Online Training Program in Korea, to which I was invited. UVT then decided to deploy the Moodle platform on its server in the interest of all Tunisian universities. La Faculté des Lettres et des Sciences Humaines was one of the first to take advantage of this promise. Our platform now shows 5 courses in French, 6 courses in English, 2 courses in sociology, and 2 courses in philosophy. What do we make of this fresh experiment? Well, this is only 9 months old. I had a chance to evaluate the experiment at the APREV Sousa International Conference. Overall, I gave our experiment a grade of 52%, and that's not inclusive of my assessment of Moodle itself, which is an A. What does Moodle offer then? First, it's certainly a cut above NiceNet. It's also free to use if you know how to use it. It has room for uploading. It has room for uploading and downloading Word documents, images, audio and video files. There is also a chat module, a discussion forum, a place for blogs, and certainly a place for wikis, given its social constructionist underpinnings. Students upload their assignments and see teacher comments and grades. The instructor has in excess of 20 criteria to assess student involvement and engagement for the course, readings, assignments, and activities in general. I tend to think the downside of our experiment is not attributable to Moodle itself, but to the recency of the experience, our technological setup, our and our students' levels of digital literacy, etc. It is fair to say that compared to NiceNet, Moodle is much more sophisticated, much more used with a community of users in all parts of the world. For now, and in terms of how it is deployed, it appears to be too heavy on the system, somewhat cumbersome. Its learning curve is way steeper than NiceNet. Registration, though not a lengthy process, has appeared to take time since administration is left to an administrator. That's a statement of the obvious, but the instructor and the administrator are two different people. There may be communication problems, at least in the beginning, until such a time as it becomes second nature and second home to students, the instructor and the administrator. Despite all we can say for Moodle, it is therefore still to a certain extent admin-run and teacher-controlled. In terms of resources that the system makes available, there is an upper limit of 2 megabytes on all resources you want to upload, which blocks longer videos than sound files. Most of all, compared to Wikispaces, which I will now address, Moodle remains a closed space, open only to those who registered, and with much of the course content placed as frozen resources. These resources are frozen up until the time the instructor decides to update or upgrade them. Now, Wikispaces. Wikispaces are a category apart. I say this not because this has been the buzzword for the past 2 years, not because wikis are intrinsically superior to content management systems, not because it represents the beyond part of the presentation, but essentially because I have been able to make successful use of it with MA students who are, for the most part, internet and computer illiterate in an environment which is technologically challenged in international terms and possibly below average compared to other more technology-rich environment at Sfax University institutions. Just a bit of briefing and background. MA students who successfully complete the first term at the College of Letters and Humanities of Sfax take a course labeled Teaching Methodology with me, the presenter. This month of May, there were about 78 students registered and some 3 guests including the illustrious Professor Lutfi Buzayan. The URL for the course is http://fls/pedagogy.webpaint.com. Webpaint.com is an example of a wiki host, and it does exactly what a wiki is supposed to do. On a wiki, when the site administrator confers upon you the privilege of being a writer, and wherever you see a page, you click edit, and a WYSIWYG editor opens up, and then you can do all types of editing, changing, reformatting, recoloring, deleting, adding, enriching, what have you. Then you click save, and the new page appears immediately before you and for everyone else, much as you edited it. This is no less than revolution, contrasted with everything that we know. You tell students that everything they see on the wiki is up for change in editing, and you empower them to the maximum limits permitted by technology and vetted by your resolve as a teacher to tell them that their opinions matter and their input is appreciated at whatever level it may be. Wikis are thus the incarnation of the read-write web. Students don't only consume, but are called upon, first and foremost, to approach everything they see in producer mode. As an open community of collaborators, they capitalize on each other's resources, and they harness what is called collective intelligence. Here is a taste of what students and I have been able to do together. First, email account setting for many students who never had one. Secondly, students joined the wiki, and some of them even posted their pictures. Thirdly, they responded to a teacher evaluation page. And fourthly, perhaps most importantly, they created blogs outside the system where they answered to course assignments. Wikis are easy to set up, easy to furnish, and easy to populate. They are emancipating, almost intuitive. They give everybody a voice and create a level playing field where everyone is a resource and where the teacher as knower helps and is helped by other members. Using Wiki has been an extremely rewarding experience for my students itself. However, I'm still in the piloting phase, and I must say that we are all enjoying the ride.